Hello everyone, welcome to my 2023 Christmas December garden tour. It is a cold December day and we are just a few days away from Christmas, which is really hard to believe. I realized that I completely missed doing a November garden tour, which I am sorry about. I try to do at least one a month. In the summertime, I usually had been doing one a week where I just walked you around my garden to show you the progress of what's going on. But I want to make sure that I get this December garden tour in before Christmas hits and show you what I have going on as far as winter interest goes and just what's looking pretty, what perennials I left up that are still looking pretty even though they are not in their prime, but still offering some beautiful winter interest. So let's go take a walk through my gardens and I will show you what it's looking like at the end of December. I'm gonna start you out here on the right front corner of our house as you're looking at it from the street and just show you how these Carax Evergold grasses are looking that I planted in the fall. They are still looking really pretty and holding their foliage and adding just a really beautiful gold color right here, right in front of our glow blue spruce. I think that those two colors together look really pretty. Don't mind our bright orange extension cords. We have this tree lit up right here. So we have some extension cords running throughout the front lawn here. But this will be a really pretty combination in the summer when my roses right here, these are the Oh So Easy Red Rose, are in full bloom. And we have this blue from the spruce. And I have a little orange rudbeckia right here that is obviously not blooming right now. And then I also have an incredible white hydrangea right here that will hopefully fill out this space really nicely in the coming years with these beautiful boxwood. These are the winter gem variety. I'm sorry about any traffic noise that happens during this video. But I think all of this color combination will look really beautiful in the springtime and summertime. And I have a purple perennial geranium right there in the corner that usually comes up, although this last year it fizzled out on me and did not do well at all. I'm not sure why. These are my Oh So Easy roses, and you see how they're almost, it's like they're still blooming almost. I know that the flowers have just kind of dried on there, but it still looks really pretty, I think, for December. So I will leave these up until, I don't know, maybe February. I'll begin to cut these back. I just think that they have some really nice interest for the winter garden. And then in front of them, I have my Serendipity allium, which I also leave up for the winter season. I think that they offer some really pretty interest as well. This beautiful globe-like structure, that beautiful globe-like structure that they have looks really pretty to me. So I do leave these up and cut them back in, I don't know, maybe March. And some foliage here from our Daisy May daisies. And this is our Red Beauty Holly that I have been cutting off a lot this Christmas season. You've probably seen me in some of my decorating videos if you've watched them, cutting from this. This has produced berries so much better than my Dragon Lady Hollies, which honestly lost most of their berries before they even turned red. So I'm a little disappointed in those, but really happy with this one. I wish that I would have just planted these, but I did not realize when I planted the Dragon Lady Hollies that that would be the case. So definitely check out this Red Beauty Holly if you want a prolific berry producer. And this will get to be about 10 feet tall and like I think 5 feet wide, and fill out this wall really nicely. And there are a lot of things I'd like to do along here, which I won't go into right now. I think that I may save that for my January garden tour, just really talking about some plans for 2024 and beyond. But always a lot of things if you're a gardener that you want to do, always thinking about the next year ahead. And these are 2 rhododendrons flanking my AC unit here, lovely AC unit. These turn a really pretty purple, like purpley pink color in the springtime. You can see all of the buds, lots and lots of buds forming, that have formed, going to burst with color come, usually I think about May, this blooms. And I have some sedum that I left up, well, except for the end one. These unfortunately didn't do super great for me this year. This is the Autumn Joy sedum, but I did leave up what was left for some winter interests as well. And then my gate, I decorated with some greens from our yard and a little bit of greenery from our Christmas tree, our Fraser fir Christmas tree. I did make a video about that as well if you want to check out my process of doing that, and my containers for our front porch. I think they look really beautiful, just very simple with this red bow and some fern from our Autumn Brilliance ferns out back, and green giant arborvitae tucked in there, looking super pretty and festive on this gate. So I'm gonna give my hands just a minute to warm up. It is super cold and my hands get cold really fast. So I will give myself a minute and then take you in the backyard here. All right, my hands are a little bit warmer. I'll probably have to take a couple more breaks to warm them up, but I'm gonna walk you in through my gate here and just show you through the backyard. We have some beautiful sunshine right now. It feels so good. But this is looking really pretty with that evergreen structure in the back with our green giants that are on their, I think, 3rd year, offering really beautiful green color to look at, especially this time of year. And swing you around and show you, this is one of our obelisk beds. This obelisk my husband and I built a couple of years ago, and it just also provides some really nice structure right here. Again, I have some ideas for this bed on how to fill out this wall, which I won't go into a whole lot right now, but I would love for this bed to just be kind of an overflowing abundance of flowers and structure. I have these winter gem boxwood lining the edge of the bed right now, which are doing fantastic. I anticipate next year I probably will begin to just very lightly give these a haircut, just to begin shaping them into a low-lying hedge is my plan along this border. It is a curvy hedge that follows the edge of the border here, and I just want this whole bed to just be billowing and overflowing with flowers, perennials, annuals. I think will be so pretty. These were my Mystic Spires Blue Salvia that I have left up that are just, they're looking scraggly, but at the same time, they provide some winter interest at this time of year. And these were Fall in Love Sweetly anemones. I had 3 placed right here behind the boxwood hedge. And all in here along the front, I had planted some tulips, which look like so far they have been being left alone by the squirrels, which is amazing. I used a bulb planting tool, and I don't know if that has helped because it planted the bulbs a little bit deeper than previous years that I've done this, which the squirrels have really went after my bulbs like crazy. So fingers crossed that they will leave the bulbs alone. I know we still have a good amount of winter to go, so I still may have to battle them a little bit. This is just still looking really beautiful to me with the edging, the green grass, the green giants, and our beautiful crepe myrtle right there, which I will move forward again to show you. This is the Tonto crepe myrtle, and you can see it just has this beautiful structure in the winter with kind of a mottled looking bark. So pretty. Beautiful multi-branching trunk. And flanking the crepe myrtle, I have these 2 limetta hydrangeas that I do leave up for some interest. And again, I have tulips all in the front of this crepe myrtle that are being protected by these wire cloches right now. And again, it seems like they are leaving these alone. Thank goodness. And here's my other limetta hydrangea. And this beautiful denim and lace Russian sage, which I also left up for some interest, which even now just has kind of a silvery blue color to it, which looks so pretty against that green grass and the brown from all of the sticks on the limetta and the Rose of Sharon back there. I just think that looks really pretty right now. And nothing right here. I do have a lot of daffodils and some allium that are going to come up in here. And again, not going into too much of what I'd like to do, but I do want to get a bird bath for in here and just kind of fill this space out with more perennials, some annuals, maybe some shrubs, maybe some roses. So go into some of that later. Let's take a walk over here and I'll show you our main flower border, what's going on over there. Over here, we had planted these 3 derunk boxwoods last year, which will get to be about 10 feet tall and fill this space out real nicely. They only get about 2 to 3 feet wide, which is perfect for our skinny border right here. This area is bursting with color in the summertime. It is my favorite flower bed that I have right now. This right here is a Limelight Prime hydrangea. Again, I left up some of the blooms for winter interest. I cut some to use in my decor, my Christmas arrangements. And this line up here are our purple pillar Rose of Sharon that look gorgeous in the summertime with their purple blooms. I love them so much. Right now you can see the seed pods and all of the seeds forming, which, if I'm gonna be honest, when I bought these, I thought that they were more of a sterile variety and would not seed prolifically, but I have been having to pull out all the little babies that have reseeded themselves. So they're a little more work than I had anticipated, but they are so beautiful. So right now they are worth it to me. And I have my little herb pot down here with the thyme still going. And just a whole mixture of perennials. My caramel heuchera still has a little bit of color to it. Not as beautiful as it was, but some peaks of orange in there. Bring some winter interest. I keep debating if I'd like to add some more evergreen interest to this border, which I will, I don't know, talk through a little bit more in my January video, garden tour video. This is a little lime hydrangea with my DIY bamboo support fence still going strong. I made this past year and it worked really well to support this hydrangea. It just got real floppy and was encroaching on what else I had in this little space here. So this worked really well. These are Helen Bonstein lambs here that are still putting out some silvery kind of greenish foliage. And again, lots of perennials in here that are sleeping right now. I have lots of black-eyed Susan and coneflower, some daisies, some catmint in the front here. In the summertime, I like to put in zinnias. I have some lilies that will be coming up. In this corner are a grouping of foxglove. This is actually my first time trying out foxglove, so I'm really excited to see how these do and to add more foxglove to my garden as time goes on. And our beautiful Twombly's Red Sentinel Japanese Maple has almost reddish looking branches in the winter time, and then we'll get brilliant red leaves in the spring. Super pretty. So that is an overview of this side of our yard and the gardens and how they're looking in December. So I'm gonna pan you around and take you on a walk over to our other side along the green giants here along the back. We have our more shadier garden down here. So let's go take a quick look. These green giants have been a constant source of greenery for me this Christmas season. You may have seen me cutting many times from these for Christmas decor. They have been wonderful for that. Beautiful green foliage that goes perfectly for Christmas time. I'm very thankful for them. I have somewhat of a hesitation about these because they are going to get big and I'm going to have to keep them trimmed. So I sometimes regret putting them in. I wish we would have done the smaller emerald green arborvitae, but at this time of year, I'm really thankful that we put them in. And honestly, I do love the way that they look. I like the way that they look even more so than the emerald green arborvitae. I just wish that they didn't get so big. So they will have some maintenance involved in the future. Walking you down to this back corner of our yard. This is where we get a little more shade in the summertime. Right now there is a lot of sun because these river birch trees don't have any leaves on them right now. So in the winter this area does get a good bit of sun. This is where we have our other two trellises that my husband and I worked on. I love them and the structure they offer right here. I have some clematis growing at the base of these, some pink mink clematis for the summertime. And really just a lot of plans to fill this bed out with more perennials and shrubs. Not exactly sure what I want to do, but there's a lot of space to fill. Let's just put it that way in this whole bed back here. So in the summertime, I had a really beautiful river of impatiens going along this whole edge, which was very beautiful. These are Annabelle hydrangea. They get beautiful white blooms in the summer. And I have some Japanese gold forest grass, Hakana cloa. Is that how you say it? I always get the name wrong. I'd love to get a few more to fill out this area in front of my hydrangeas a little bit more. And down here we have our Autumn Brilliance serviceberry tree that is a couple of years old, I think going on its third year. You can see some of the flower buds forming for the springtime. It gets very beautiful white flowers and blooms early. Usually April, I believe, is when it starts blooming. And I have a lot of hosta in here that I need to come in and clean up some of those leaves, along with some dead camellia plants that I need to take out. And I probably will be filling this area out with more sweet talker viburnum that I have on the other side here that I'm going to show you, just to form a kind of like a corner hedge right here, shielding us from the circle. We live right next to a circle, you can see right there, providing a little more privacy in this corner of our yard. And then I have these autumn brilliance ferns, which I cut off of for my swags that I made on my gates. But since I did that, it looks like some bunny rabbits have come through and completely eaten that one down to the ground, and they're working on that one. So the rabbit saga continues even in the winter time. I could come in and spray, but I have too many other things going on. And then some heuchera that they've also eaten down. You can see. Guess they're hungry little bunnies right now. So let's walk over here past my hot tub area here. These are skip laurels that are surrounding our hot tub. And another row of green giants, and I'm going to show you what's going on down here. Bringing you to our other gate. I made another swag for our gate right here, which again I think looks really pretty. It's the same theme as the other side with the red bow and the fern with the arborvitae and the Fraser fir. Love that red bow on here. Makes it look very Christmassy. And then flanking each side, we have our two incredible hydrangeas. That one over there has been nibbled down by rabbits or deer or something. And we have this purple loropetalum right here that was here when we moved into the house, that we do keep trimmed every year just to keep it in check from getting too crazy. And you can see our sweet talker viburnum hedge through the fence here that I will go in and show you in a minute. These are our dragon lady hollies that I was telling you about that unfortunately have lost most of their berries. So I'm not really sure what went on with those this year, but they have a few like sparse ones here and there, but they are definitely not as prolific as my other red beauty holly is out on the other side of our house. But we do have 3 of them here that do provide some nice privacy for our deck as they get a little bit taller, and they provide some really nice privacy from our hot tub area over here. You can barely see the hot tub from the road with the hollies and our skip laurels right there. And then in this bed right here, I just placed a mixture of perennials that will definitely be evolving over the years. And I had put in some pretty zinnias right there this past year. And over here is where we have our sweet talker viburnum hedge. These get about 10 feet tall and 3 to 5 feet wide. You can see that they're already forming these beautiful buds that will turn into a beautiful pink flower that is supposed to have like a honey scent to it. So I'm super excited to see these flower, and you can kind of see that their foliage turns this really pretty purple, like greenish purple color in the cold weather in the winter. So very beautiful winter interest. These are semi-evergreen, so if it does get too cold, they will drop some leaves, but should be able to bounce right back. These are a narrow zone. Zone 7, I believe, is like 7 and 8 maybe is what they are zoned for. So not a whole lot of people can grow them, but I feel lucky that I can grow them here. I'm zone 7B now, Maryland. I was 7A, now we're technically 7B. So really looking forward to these growing. So these will form this really nice hedge that we will keep trimmed right here to fill out this side of our fence. And then I talked about putting these down in the corner as well, just to bring some uniformity and consistency. I like to repeat things and kind of have some mass plantings, not in large mass because our yard is so small, but like groupings of 3 to 5, things like that. So everything is still looking pretty even in December. I'm gonna turn you around quick and just talk to you real quick before I show you the front. I'm gonna walk you out front next and show you our porch area and what we have going on out there. And when I'm done showing you it in the daylight, I'm gonna walk you through and show you what it looks like at night. We have some Christmas lights on some of our trees and on our porch. It looks really pretty, so I will definitely do that, so stay tuned. But I just wanted to talk to you really quick about my future plans and moving forward for the new year. I have made the decision, a very hard decision. I've thought a lot about it, but I made the decision to just take a break in January from any filming and posting. I just really need the break. I've talked a little bit about this before, but I do deal with some chronic illness, and it really affects my energy levels and what I'm able to get done on a daily basis. So I feel like I really need to take the break to be able to recharge and be able to continue posting these videos, which I really do enjoy so much. And just moving into the garden season, as there's things that are really going to ramp up here after Christmas. It just seems to go so quickly as we jump back into the gardening season. So I am making that decision to just give myself a break for January, focusing on resting and my family and some things that I need to get done around the house. And then I will be up and at it again in February. Hopefully I will always aim to post 1 video a week, if not 2 videos. If you're lucky, maybe 3, who knows? But I can't really say exactly, I'm not really going to say exactly how many I'm going to post in a week because, again, it's hard for me to be able to commit to that, but I will get out as many as I can. So I am so thankful for all of you and your support over the past year, how you have just watched my videos and commented and encouraged me on this YouTube journey that I really began in May of this last year. I'm so, so grateful. I hope that you all have a very Merry Christmas and a really nice time spending it with family and friends. I pray that you are all doing well, and I am really looking forward to bringing you more content this coming year of my garden, maybe a little bit of my home DIY, maybe a little bit of cooking sprinkled in here and there. But anyway, I'm really excited. So thank you so much again for all of your support. Merry Christmas and enjoy this last leg of the tour. All right, bringing you to the front of our house. This is where we have our Jane Magnolia tree that is covered in lights and getting these beautiful blossoms that are getting ready for the spring show. They have these beautiful pinky purple blooms in the spring. Love, love, love this tree. It is another multi-trunk tree that I plan to do some pruning on this springtime. And that just looks down into the side yard, which I just showed you. Sorry, my mouth is cold, so I can't talk. We have another loropetalum right here. This is a red loropetalum. We thought it was purple, but it is red. So it's not exactly like that other one, but it's still pretty. And a white Gilia right there. And this loropetalum is getting quite big. We planted this about 3 years ago. So we will keep this trimmed as well. And below here I had put in these 3 Fall in Love Sweetly Anemone in a previous video that I did, which are obviously not doing anything right now. And then don't mind all of the cords and the messiness, but we have 3 incredible hydrangeas right in here that I put in this past year. These are the purple Pallas heuchera, which are very pretty with their purpley leaves still holding strong. Looking very pretty and just offering nice interest. And a patch of lamb's ear. This is just the traditional lamb's ear. I may eventually replace this with the Helen von Stein lamb's ear that remains a little bit more tidy than this. It does not spread like this one does and kind of take over, which I love about that Helen von Stein. And we have some Andina here, which were here when we bought the house. I have an interesting relationship with these. I don't know if I like them or not, but I do like them at this time of year for their beautiful red foliage. I think that they bring so much nice interest in the winter, but I'm just not so sure if I want to keep them. I don't know. I would like something that's a little bit more tidy, but again, I'm not going to go too far into all of that this time. And that these Liriope will definitely need to come out this coming year. They are the spreading variety and are just getting more and more bullyish every year. I do have some pasta in here as well that I may relocate and try something different in this space. And then I had dug a trench in the front here for some tulips. Looks like they are being left alone also from the squirrels. And just some little tiny winter green boxwood out front here that I am going to kind of shape into a hedge that follows the lines of this bed is my plan. We'll see how that goes. And another boxwood, I'm not sure of the variety. We had a landscaper plant this and I don't know what variety it is. And I had put some ajuga in here last year. This one looks like it might be not doing so great. I'm not sure if that one's gonna make it, but these two look pretty good. So I'm just gonna let them fill out that little area under planting that boxwood. And then our porch, I always use this white pine garland around Christmas time with these red bows. And I'll take you up onto my porch and show you, if you missed my planter video, these are the planters that I made with some greens from our yard, from our Christmas tree, some of the hydrangea from my yard. These are plastic winter berries that work wonderfully if you don't have access to winterberry and don't want to buy real winterberry, which is so expensive. These don't lose their color and they're not affected by the rain or anything, so really worth the investment. I have some pine cone tucked in there, the Fraser fir. I cut some of these boxwood sprigs from our winter gem boxwood, and I bought a bunch of magnolia from Home Depot this year. And again, made this swag for the front door using some green giant arborvitae as well as some Fraser fir from our tree, our Christmas tree. And a matching planter over on this side as well. made our porch feel a little bit more cozy for the Christmas and winter season with a candle to burn at night and a little arrangement here with some more arborvitae, and this is the red beauty holly. I think that looks so pretty. And just a small grouping of my lanterns over here, and again using greenery from my yard with the green giant arborvitae and the holly. And this antique sled that my mom had given me. Very, very pretty. So that concludes the tour. Don't mind my dirty cushions there also. Next year is time for some new cushions, I think. That is the conclusion of my tour, my Christmas garden tour, December garden tour. I hope that you guys enjoyed walking around with me, and I will now insert some footage of what this looks like at night. So again, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I will see you probably at the very end of January and into February. All right, bye.